In this video we're going to be doing a race review of these, the Saucony Endorphin Elite. Now what is up everybody, and welcome back to FORDY Runs, and a very stressed out FORDY Runs because I just literally got home from Cambridge, jumped in the shower, had some food, done a few bits, and I thought, you know what, while it's fresh in my mind I better film this video about the Endorphin Elite. Right, so hopefully you saw the first video I did on the Endorphin Elite, where I basically said buy the Endorphin Pro 3 if you're a non-elite like me. And actually let's do a little bit about that first. Okay, so if you're new to FORDY Runs, I'm a everyday runner. I'm not elite, I'm not fast. I know that's all relative, but I'm not, you know, some super ninja assassin who runs like 62-minute half marathons or anything like that. I'm just an everyday runner, trying to get faster and that kind of thing. Now I buy or I get sent these super shoes to review, but also I like to wear them on race day. And I've got experience running the Alpha Fly and actually all the major super shoes that have been out. Over the last couple of years I've pretty much run in all of them. But as I said, I'm not an elite runner, so I'm looking at this from an everyday runner's point of view, perspective, and are these shoes any good and do they justify the price tag, that kind of thing. And that's why in the first video I said you'd be better off buying the Endorphin Pro 3. Now what I did say in that first video was that I was going to take the Endorphin Elite into a race situation to see how they get on, basically, because I'm trying to decide between these and the Adios Pro 3 for which shoe I'm going to wear for the London Marathon. So that's what I did. I took them along to the Cambridge Half Marathon to test them out over that race distance to find out what they would be like. But before we go on to how I got on with, let's very quickly talk briefly about what's going on here with the shoe. Okay, right, so the Endorphin Elite, £289, £285. We've got 40mm stack height in the heel. We've got the new Power Run HG. We've got a mesh upper, barely there, gusseted tongue. Fits true to size. It's about 8 ounces in my UK 9.5. We've got a newly designed plate in it which sort of separates around the toes to give you that spring off under the toes as well. It's been specifically designed for that. It's got, now I'm going to get this wrong, I'm sure it says it's like 95% energy return from this shoe. I'm not sure on the number, and I'm not sure whether it actually does that, but anyway. We've got a sort of ribbon, let's call it there, that wraps around underneath the foot to really lock you down in terms of midfoot. We've got a little bit of foam here just to protect the Achilles, but that's about it. It's like this frame at the back, and then you've got like this sock that you slip into. We've got I think it's XT900 rubber on the outside. We've got exposed carbon plate here. I think this material here, the foam, has got a coating on it to help it in terms of durability, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I think that's about it. Have I missed anything else? I think it's got an 8mm drop, and yeah, that's probably about it in terms of stats and features real quick. Okay, right, so I strapped these on, took these to the Cambridge Half Marathon, which is a relatively flat course. It's roads, there's a tiny little bit of gravel and some cobbles and things like that, but its majority of the course is roads and the majority of it is flat. There was a few ups and downs, but nothing major. It's a quick course. Simon and admin both did a PB on that course. I wasn't going for a PB because I was basically thinking about London and the London Marathon that we've got coming up, but I wanted to do the first sort of 10k, a little bit of a push effort, and then back out a little bit. I ended up running 1:38 and change for the half marathon distance, which is quick for me. But the good thing is, at the end of the race, I didn't feel like I'd ruined myself. I felt pretty good. In fact, actually, I recovered extremely quickly, so I probably could have gone a little bit harder and still been in good shape when I finished. So that's good news in terms of my overall fitness. But how did the shoe get on? Okay, so the ride wasn't particularly comfortable. I have got on both of my feet a what do they call it? Blister. Blister here on both the feet, and it's where, it's not going to come out. See where this changeover is? You've got like these overlays, but you've got like a bumper going around the shoe, and then it just goes into normal mesh. That is the point in which I got the blisters. So I think it's not really can show it out, but that's the point here, and it's like sticking up. So I think that's where I got the blister from. I was wearing Saw running socks, old pair of Saw running socks. Maybe it's them, but as an elite runner, I thought I should wear something from Saw. The breathability was good on the shoe. Although it was a freezing cold day, you could feel the air travelling through it. I laced them up too tight. I've got bruises now across the top of my feet because I just laced them up too tight. And the reason I did that is because another run I did in them, I didn't feel like I laced them up enough, so I went the other extreme. That's not the shoe's fault, that's user error, me being an idiot. I just felt the ride was not as comfortable as I was expecting, although this shoe is not built for comfort. Okay, so I think to cut a long story short here, and my pacing, by the way, I was down below 7 minute miles just at the start, and then I was in and around 7:20 per mile. I drifted out to about 7:50, about 8 or 9 miles, and then I pushed back down to about 7.5 minutes. That was roughly where I was at in terms of pacing. The shoe, so let's cut to the chase. The shoe for me, I'm not fast enough for it. I think that's the fundamental problem, and I'll tell you why now. Because when I was at that sort of more towards 7, like low 7s, the shoe felt much more stable and with me, and I could feel it underneath me. The minute I sort of stepped off, even towards that sort of 7:30, 7:45, 7:50 pace, it just came a little bit all over the place and wasn't particularly comfortable. And I don't think that's actually the shoe's fault. I think this comes into an interesting point of, are these super shoes designed for everyday runners? I just don't think this is tuned up for, to be as useful for somebody like me. I think if you are an elite runner, if you're a fast runner, if you're I don't know, a 3.5 hour marathon runner and below, then this is probably going to be gravy for you, right? You're going to love it, you're going to lap it up. But I just don't think I'm fast enough for this shoe over the marathon distance, and that's the key. Because there's absolutely no way I can hold 7:15 per mile or less for the marathon distance. And that's a simple fact, right? And yes, I can train and I can get down there. Look at Kafuzi, where he's gone to. And congrats to him on his new PB. And I can work hard and I can try and get to that level. But where I am right now in my running journey, I'm just simply not fast enough to get the best out of this shoe. So I don't think it's a criticism. I've spoken about the price of this shoe. I don't think I need to go over that. Please refer back to the original video on that, and I'll discuss the price in detail there. But this is more of a performance-based video about how I got on with it at the half marathon. So yeah, it's I'm still undecided, right? But you could probably guess from this video where I'm sort of leaning towards. But I've got to, I've just literally just got back, so I've got to sit back, relax, think about it. I might do another run in this, and I might do another run in the Adios Pro 3. I've got another half marathon coming up, so I'll probably make a decision nearer the time. But yeah, I don't know, unless you're on it, this thing doesn't really come alive. And then for me in the marathon, I know I'm going to slip out, and I want something that's going to give me that confidence to be able to ease off a bit, because if I'm getting tired and things like that, you've got to be really on it to wear this. So yeah, so that's the sort of feedback. I hope that's useful for you. I still obviously stand by everything I said in the first video, which was you go and buy the Saucony Endorphin Pro 3. I think that's a much better alternative to this for us everyday runners. I really do think this is a specialist tool here, people. This is a very aggressive setup. It's amazing what they've done. I'm really excited to see this foam compound, whatever it is, go now into the other shoes. Let's see if they put it into the Pro 4. I think they would have learned some stuff from here with the plate, the difference in the plate technology and all that sort of stuff. I think they've done amazing things here. And yeah, if you are a fast runner, then I think this is probably going to be right up your alley. But for me, yeah, I just didn't feel like I was fast enough for this. Right, so there we go. I don't know whether that helped or not. Quick vid, don't want to put together for you. Give you that feedback I said I would. There we go. 40's not fast enough. Bottom line for that shoe. But that's the way it is. You know, that's how we roll on this channel. We say how it is. So yeah. So hopefully that was useful. Let me know in the comments. Did you go for this or did you go and get something else? Let me know down there, and I'll catch you later.